Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for stopping by today. I'm in the process of finishing a graduation card. I actually started it earlier and my recording ended up deleting. So I'm basically skipping a few of the steps, but I will explain to you what they were so that you can get a better idea of how this card is put together. Again, this is a graduation card tutorial, and the graduation card is featuring some really cute kittens. I'm using three different stamp sets to create this card. The first one is from Avery Elle. It's called More Furry Friends, and I'm using these two kittens from that set and the sentiment Simply Perfect. Okay, trying to show that to you without a glare. I'm also using Maymay Made It set Heads and Tails, and the images that I'm including would be this, with this kitten stamp, and then this one here. Also the sentiment Congratulations and Your Possum. And finally, from Maymay Made It, there is a set called Alton and Olivia, and I'm using the graduation cap for that. So earlier, I was coloring, and that was what I did earlier, and unfortunately the video became damaged and I lost it. But I'm going to actually go a little bit closer to my image to get a better, clearer picture for you. And you can see I have already adhered the main cat with the graduation cap on his head here at the bottom. I also have an orange cat that I'm going to put here in this corner, and a little brown kitten with a ball of yarn. Going to put this sentiment across the two little dots at the top, which these are just die cut with circle die cut. It says Your Possum. And I'm going to put Simply Perfect across here. So I think it looks pretty cool. It looks pretty balanced, and it's going to be a really cute card. All right, so let me sit down so that I can put my glue on clearly without making a mess. And I'll tell you a little bit more about who this card is for. So again, thanks everyone for watching this tutorial. It's Memorial Day weekend 2019. It's actually Memorial Day. I've been so busy this weekend. I had it in my mind that I would be making several videos, but this is only the second video that I've made all weekend. So I did work on some stamping projects last night, but nothing that I was ready to videotape. So I did accomplish a little bit, but it's just been so busy, and I can't believe it's already night time, and soon to be nighttime, and soon to be ready to go to bed and go back to work tomorrow and start another week all over again. I hope you all are having a happy Memorial Day, and we spent this morning observing Memorial Day at our local community here. We went to the courthouse. There was a ceremony because our son is in the Scouts, and he was part of the ceremony. Our town has a very nice ceremony every year at the courthouse, and they always have a guest speaker. And this year, the guest speaker was our neighbor, who is a Major Sergeant. I feel embarrassed. I can't remember what his title is, but in the National Guard, and he actually went to war in Desert Storm Iraqi Freedom, and he was actually in Iraq and Afghanistan. So he spoke about, how Memorial Day is to remember the veterans that we've lost. I'm just trying to get a little bit of that glue up that I kind of over glued. His speech was fantastic. So yep, so that was great. And then, like I said, my son helped. He helped to raise the flag first thing when everybody started the service, so that was nice. Last year, he helped to fold the flag, which was also very nice. And we recently took a trip to Gettysburg with the Scout troop, and they got to actually take the flag down at the Dwight D. Eisenhower Farm, which is a National Park Service, National Historic Site. And it was the end of the day, and they were getting ready to, close for the night. And since we were the last group there, they asked if our troop would want to take the flag down. So that was really special too. So yeah, being in Scouts is definitely a good thing for my son. He's 14. Our son, he also, this weekend has been a big weekend for our son. He got his first guitar over the weekend. He recently started playing ukulele. He got a ukulele for Christmas, and he wanted to learn how to play it, so he took lessons, private lessons, and did really well with it. Still is taking those lessons, but now wants to also learn how to play guitar. So his ukulele teacher said he's doing a really good job and he shouldn't have any trouble, picking up from here. But let me tell you a little bit about why I'm making this card in particular. So a friend of mine that I work with, her nephew has graduated from high school. His graduation was on Friday, and he has an intellectual disability, and she's been raising him and taking care of him and seeing to his needs, and it's a major accomplishment. He'll have that diploma with him then, the rest of his life. And he has had jobs before, and so she's hopeful that he will find a place of employment, in the future. And this is just a stepping stone, towards that, independent living for him. So really excited for him, really proud of him, and really happy for her. I'm also going to make her a card that's more sentimental, if you will. But I think that he will love this card because they have a cat, and he is, playful guy, and I thought he would get a kick out of this. So inside, this is a peekaboo card. So as I said, I was able to die cut here. If you open this up, there's a cat in here. Now, what in the world, you're probably wondering, is going on with that cat? Well, what we're going to do is stamp the word congratulations, and it joins the cat from one end to the other. How cool is that? And so I thought it was really cute, and I had it in mind all weekend wanting to make it for him, and I think he'll get a kick out of it. And then I can write something personal down below. I should have put white cardstock on the bottom of this panel, but I wasn't thinking. And that was my fault. That's normally something I do with every card that I make. I make sure I have a white panel on the inside. It just looks cleaner and more crisp, but I forgot. So I'm just going to stamp this off on a piece of scrap paper just to make sure. Yeah, that's good. I'm using Memento ink, so I'm very satisfied with the coverage. This is Tuxedo Black. Okay, let's get that out of the way. And I have my sentiment on a circle block, acrylic block. Just going to line that up here and press. I'm so excited to do this card. And it's just a quick video, but I think it's really cute card. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Yep, I like it a lot. Oh, there must have been something on my stamp because it looks like a G instead of a C. There was a piece of felt on my stamp. Well, I can go through with my mono eraser and try to erase that so it doesn't look like a G. Although I don't know how much luck I'll have considering this is... Well, what I could do is trim this front panel off and then go ahead and adhere it to a white base. I'm just not really happy with how that turned out. So I guess you're going to get to see me do a little bit more with this card than I expected. Yeah, have patience with me here, folks. I think there was some kind of felt or something, like a little piece of fuzz that was on the stamp, because when I stamped it the first time, it said congratulations, but there must have been a piece of felt or something on this that got caught to my stamp. So let's see if I can't get the cat off, or what I could do is trim the cat. That's what I'll do. So let me go up higher so that you're not so close up and you can actually see my messy desk here. My desk really needs cleaned. I need to clean my entire craft room. It's been bugging me, but I just haven't had time. I've been so busy. And this week's not going to be any better. I have a meeting tomorrow night for my service club, so I won't have any time to really craft or do anything. And let me think here. There's something else going on this week. Oh, I can't remember. There's something going on Wednesday, though. I know my son has ukulele lessons. But like I said, it's been a really busy day for my son. And plus, he burned himself. We live out in the rural area, which is very rural. We're surrounded by farmlands. And he was burning some rubbish, like some, you know, from the yard, different branches that had fallen and whatnot. Just trying to do some yard work. My husband was working really hard to get our flowers planted and get everything looking nice. And I'm not really sure exactly what my son did, but he said that he had a handle against, he had a shovel against the burn barrel, and he leaned it up against the burn barrel, and he said that he wasn't thinking, and he went to grab it, and it had gotten really hot from leaning against the burn barrel, like the metal tip or whatever, and he grabbed it by the metal tip and he burned himself. So poor kid. We treated it with some burn cream and different things, and so we're keeping a close eye on it, giving him ibuprofen and stuff, but he's never burned himself before aside from a sunburn, so this is really traumatic for him. Which, it's not fun. Burns hurt. If anybody's ever been burned before, it does. It hurts. I mean, heck, just burning your tongue on coffee can, you know, be a painful thing for days. So, I just wanted to get this video in real quick so that I can check on him. And I've been wanting to take him to the Express Med Center. We stopped there earlier today, and they said there would be a 3-hour wait. And we had already got the burn cream from the pharmacy, and we were, you know, well on our way to getting it to subside. So we thought, well, a 3-hour wait is a very long time, and we thought, well, we'll just go home, and if we come back, I mean, I'm fine with going back. There's no doubt about it. I have no problem going back. But I want to get this card done so that we can move forward. Okay, so I'm going to adhere this, but first I'm going to cut this out. The only problem is that my banner, this banner overlapped a little bit, so it's probably going to cut into that a little bit on both sides, but I'm not too worried about it. I have a circle die here, and what I'll do is I'll open up my card like this and set the circle die right on top here. So let me go grab my die cutting machine and bring it over to my table. Make sure that I'm getting as much screen in here as possible. And while I'm getting that, you can look here. This is my blog and my Instagram. I'm trying really hard to grow my YouTube channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, please click subscribe and click the bell so that you'll get notifications the next time that I post anything to YouTube. I'm trying to get to 1,000. My plan is that once I hit a milestone, to give away some free goodies or affiliated with card making. And I was going to just give it away to that person who was, so I'm at 133 subscribers and I need to get to 1,000. That's my goal. I was going to do it like 150, but then I thought, no, I'll just, like, I was going to give it to the actual 150th subscriber, the actual 200th subscriber, etc. But instead, what I'll do is I'll just put everybody's name in who is a subscriber, and all of my subscribers will be entered to win, because I want everybody to have a chance. Because those of you that have subscribed, you know, early, you know, I really, really appreciate it. And I want you to have the opportunity to win as well. All right, let me just run that through one spot. Go ahead and take it up and move it over to the other side. and cut that out. Okay. Make sure that my paper stays lined up correctly. I'm going to make sure that I don't have to trim any of my panel afterwards. All right, so then we'll put this one here, and we will tape it down and run it through the Big Kick. Okay. All right, let's get this out of the way. I'm back. I just walked over to the table to put my die cutting machine aside. All right, let's go back down to the bottom here so we can have a better view. All right. Yeah, that still looks fine. It doesn't look too strange. And I'm just going to line this up here. So I'll put some, I'm going to use my dot runner. It gives a little bit more wiggle room so I can line this up best that I can. I also have regular adhesive, but I feel that this gives me a little bit of a grace period to get it right. All right. Most important thing is to line up the dots. All right, that's good enough for me. So now we have the opportunity to put our cat back in there. Okay, and we'll put him here, his face and his butt over here. And we want to tuck it in there so that you can't really see it, but leave enough room for the sentiment as well. Okay, so first we'll do this part. I'm just going to use some art glitter glue. It's nice to use the liquid adhesive. It gives you a little bit of a chance to make some final adjustments there. Okay, now I'm going to take my sentiment. First I'll wipe it off to make sure I don't get any ink on my paper. And I'm going to line this up because this is the most important part. You want to be able to fit this in to the space without it showing through the peekaboo window. Okay, so far so good. Now, this will have to go in here. And I think we're good. I can actually pull that out a little bit. Okay, maybe just line that up better. This is the precise time to be precise, in other words. All right, so what I'll do, I will leave the sentiment there on the card, and I will put some glue down on my cat here, this kitten, and then go ahead and line that up like so. Oh, I wonder if the lint didn't come from my Band-Aid. I have a little bit of a hangnail, so I covered it with the Band-Aid. That could be where that came from. So let's hope this time that when I go to stamp, I don't have any extra stray bits hanging around in there. All right, I'm going to use Memento, again, Tuxedo Black. Okay, let me just cover that so I don't make a mess of it. And oh yeah, we're good. No, I just made a mess. I tapped it down a little bit and didn't mean to. Okay, just gonna hold this for a second. Hopefully I didn't make too much of a boo-boo. I don't want to have to do it again. Ah ha ha. Okay, that's good. There you go. And like I said, I'm going to write a personalized sentiment. This is what it looks like when it's closed. Okay. Peekaboo card effect. Then when you open it, there you go. I do have one more thing that I die cut earlier. Let me grab it here. This is I'm going to put another sentiment that I die cut out of here, this is from a stamp set that I have from Unity Stamp, and it says, "Congratulations, graduate, you did good." I thought that was really sweet. And that's just on white cardstock. I just used a square rectangle stitched. Whoops, I accidentally turned my light off. Oh, I did it again. One more try here. Just put that right here. Even though it says congratulations twice, that's okay. That's all right. It'll be okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to share with you today. Thank you again for tuning in. I really appreciate that you did. Please let other people know about the channel and encourage them to join the channel. To subscribe to the channel. Again, I do have a blog. I try to update it weekly where I have different cards that I make. I make a lot of cards that I don't do YouTube videos on, so it's worth checking my blog. It's thehopefulcrafter.blogspot.com. I'm also on Instagram, Schultz551. That's Schultz551. I also will post my cards on there too. So again, thank you so much for watching. Have a great evening, everybody. Bye-bye.